Hello, I'm here today with the Schenectady Foundation Support Series. This series is designed to help applicants navigate the application process, better understand the questions, and learn how to respond in a way that aligns with what we're looking for. Our goal is to make this process more equitable and transparent. Today's video focuses on sustainability. But what do we mean by sustainability? We're talking about grant sustainability, project sustainability. So when considering your project in terms of this, we first want to ask ourselves, does the project have the ability to maintain its benefits and outcomes beyond the grant funding period? So sustainable projects that achieve this create lasting change beyond the initial time frame and develop mechanisms and strategies to generate income and secure alternative funding. So what does this look like in the application? What do we actually ask you about sustainability? We want you to clearly explain how you will sustain this impact after the grant time frame. We want to see the clear ideas and plans you have for achieving this sustained goal. Some projects are meant to only be one-off, one-time initiatives and will not continue past the grant period. And that's totally okay. We just ask that you let us know about this so that we can better look at your sustainability plans and how that differs compared to projects that are multi-year sustaining. So why do we ask about sustainability? We want to make sure that projects don't become dependent on a single source of funding. We look favorably upon projects with multiple funding streams and where our funds do not make up a significant portion of the total project cost. Our goal is to fund projects that create lasting impact. We don't want to introduce programs that benefit the community only to see them end abruptly, leaving the community worse off. This section also helps us evaluate the organizational capacity and preparedness, ensuring that once the project has been started, it's been thoughtfully planned for the future and they're able to maintain this project, ensure it comes to completion. Ultimately, we just want to see that sustainability is on your radar and that you're actively working towards it. So what do we look for in your answers? A feasible scope and plan. Clearly outline the steps for achieving your project's goals and maintaining them beyond the grant period. Explain how your organization will secure and continue funding through diverse sources such as grants, donations, program revenue, or in-kind support. Strong leadership and organizational capacity. Demonstrate that your team has the skills, experience, and infrastructure to carry out the project successfully. Have you managed similar projects? What resources do you have in place? Established partnerships. Sustainability often depends on collaboration. Show that you have built relationships with other organizations, funders, businesses, or community members and groups that can provide financial, volunteer, or in-kind support to extend your project's reach and impact. Overall, we want to see that you have considered the future of your project and that you are actively planning for ways to keep it going after the grant ends. So what are strategies to achieve sustainability? First, there is capacity building. Strengthen your organization's internal ability to manage the project effectively and secure future funding. So this could involve training, improving infrastructure, or developing financial management skills. Next is community engagement. So working with local organizations, foundations, and residents to gain support. Sustainability isn't just about funding. It's also about the community investment, building relationships before asking for funding, and establishing long-term partnerships. Revenue generation. So consider ways to make your project self-sustaining, such as fee-based services, memberships, product sales, that provide an ongoing source of revenue. Advocate for policy change. So look for opportunities to influence local, state, and federal policies that align with your project's mission. While this can be time-consuming and a long process that would take few years, depending on which level you're looking at, it can lead to long-term funding opportunities and systemic change in certain sectors. And then diversifying funding sources. So don't rely on a single grant or funding stream. Apply for multiple grants, seek corporate sponsorships, explore and engage with individual donors. So what are some key takeaways from this webinar? Demonstrate your ability to secure funding. Funders want to see that you have a plan beyond this grant and that you are actively working towards sustainability. Show how you will continue operations through grants, fundraising, partnerships, or revenue generation. Develop funding plans and strategies early. Relying on local grants and donations alone can be challenging, as there are finite resources. Start planning for sustainability at the beginning of your project, not when grant funding is ending. Leverage partnerships and community support. Sustainability is not just about money. Build relationships with local organizations, funders, and businesses. These connections can provide ongoing funding, volunteers, in-kind support, or other critical resources. And then think long-term. What impact will your project have beyond the grant period? Show that you have considered the bigger picture and that your initiative is designed to create lasting change. Thank you all for watching this webinar today, and we greatly appreciate the time that you have taken to learn more about our grants process and questions that we ask and what we're looking for. If you have any questions, please reach out to the foundation staff and we will help you as best as we can. Thank you all.